Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome again to Snacks Thoughts. I say welcome again to Snacks Thoughts. And briefly, what I want to talk about today is China getting a drop on the United States medical supplies and supply chain. Now, basically, where I got this information from is China in Focus NTD News, and they have their have a YouTube channel in which they broadcast different media and events that's going on, not just China but also worldwide. But I was watching it, and the Chinese government is considering making a power play, and because the Chinese manufacture so many things, I don't know exactly what percentage of the world's good that they manufacture, but they manufacture quite a bit. And they definitely manufacture quite a bit more than the United States. And because they have these masks, they are considering possibly using these masks and other medical supplies for this during this coronavirus or pandemic, and using it as leverage or a power play against the United States. And hopefully they won't do this, or it won't affect the people that are going to need to get a hold of these masks or certain medical supplies. But once again, as I had mentioned before, that China is ahead of the United States in terms of technology and certain. They have us beat, and I feel that the United States lost their edge. I believe that we got complacent and we got lazy, and we outsourced a bit too much instead of utilizing our talent that we have here and to keep producing. We outsourced way too much, and what that did, because we decided to pay for everything and let somebody else do the job or the work, what happened over time, that's cost us. And so we have enabled China to get ahead of us in terms of technology and manufacturing. So they are considering possibly utilizing our need for the medical supplies and the masks that they are rapidly manufacturing to use it as a power play and to gain leverage against us. And the key thing about it is that when you are in debt or you are in need to another nation or even an individual person, they basically have rung the bell because now they have your number. They have something that you need, and it's amazing what scarcity will do. And for the simple fact that they have found a way to corner the market, the United States is in need to them. Now, I do understand that President Trump, he did order, I believe it was Ford Motor Company, to manufacture masks here in the United States, but it is nowhere near on par or the scale at which China does. You see, China's been manufacturing for a while, and they are in the habit of producing and building. Like I said, the United States, we have gotten lazy. And so we have the materials and the raw talent to do it, but we've gotten away from that. And as you can see, in a state of emergency or pandemic, how it's having a ripple effect on us and our economy. Yes. But they are considering, either they're threatening to disrupt our supply chains if, I guess, they make certain demands in the United States, or to gain certain leverage and power as a nation and as a superpower. They want a certain position. And now through our complacency, we have somehow given this to them. And then with the feds printing so much money and basically sending us into hyperinflation and making the US dollar basically is going to be worthless, we have basically put our state competitor in a prime position, which obviously most would argue that we never should have done. And I would have to agree with that, that we shouldn't have been lazy. I mean, I have no problem with other nations on the come up and they gaining their rightful place and stake. If you can cut it, then you have just as much right to have a stake at the table in this game of the power play of politics. Every other nation has just as much right as we do to elevate and change their status in terms of this global society. They have just as much right, and we opened the door for that. And with I guess you could say in each nation, each country globally, the cracks in the system that we have, the cracks in the foundation are definitely showing. I'm talking about in all nations, but the weaknesses are showing up. There are things that the United States did not foresee, or they didn't calculate or factor in, and they got complacent and lethargic, and they fell asleep. And as a result, now you have China and also Russia, but for now I'm talking about China. But China, I've said before that they are a superpower and they are here to stay. So hopefully they don't use these supplies that they know that we obviously our people are going to need, against us. But you know how it goes in politics or with nations when they it's kind of like warfare in a way. They're jockeying for position. And when you're jockeying for position, it is survival of the fittest. And, all empires have their turn. And the United States had its day and its turn. And I guess maybe there's a new sheriff in town, but hopefully, they will be humane enough not to make us have to suffer because of some power struggle between the elites of both countries. But it's something to to think about. But I will definitely leave the link in the description. So if you want to go check out China in Focus NDT News, you can go on there and check it out for yourself. And they have obviously other videos and news articles up there. I mean, it's pretty interesting channel, and I did subscribe to it. It'll definitely help keep you abreast as to what is going on, especially during these times with the economy and this pandemic with the coronavirus. But it's just something to ponder and think about, but hopefully China won't do that. But you know how it goes. Basically, the mask and those medical supplies is worth more than gold right now. So they're in a position, and I'm quite sure President Yi and the elites of China are gonna play their position well. This is a game of chess, as I said in my YouTube channel, a thinking man's game. But that's all I have for this podcast. Yes, indeed. But the name of it again is China has got the drop on the United States medical supplies and masks and the supply chain. They got the drop. That's all I have. My audio podcast is Snack Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. And please subscribe and hang out with me and share it. Share this podcast. And I also have a YouTube channel. Eric Broadus YouTube, EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So go over there and subscribe and tap the bell once you subscribe to get any live streams, any other podcasts, any other videos, and share my YouTube channel. Hit the like or the unlike button, and leave some comments, and also leave comments on this. And this is all I have, but I will leave the link to the video in the article where I had gotten this insight and information from. But that's all I have, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.